How's it going, guys? John L. here. Tonight's video is about the team of 3-star Captain America, Super Soldier, 3-star Iron Man Mark 40, and question mark. So, the reason why I say question mark is because the main component of the team is Super Soldier and Mark 40, and the last character, you can kind of sub in a few people, and I will explain what the idea behind those different last characters will be. So anyways, we're playing Brooklyn Bridge. It's part of the Venom Bomb event, and luckily enough for us, Super Soldier is actually a feature character, so we'll just jump into his node. I'm playing at shield level 9 right now, so I get that cool Star-Lord Volume 2 node. So this is a great fight for this team as well, because as you saw, it's a Doc Ock and a couple symbiotes. So this team does really well against teams that are mainly composed of minion-type characters. So if, like, you're going against Maggia, or the mutants, the ISO mutants, and what else? Not so much the Ultron sentries, because they have turns, but just any kind of like minion characters that don't have turns, this team is really good against. So Super Soldier's featured. That's cool. Let's get Mark 40 into this team. Alright. And I'll leave Silver Surfer in here for the time being. So basically, the whole notion is that Super Soldier has these two powers: Star-Spangled Avenger and Peacemaker. You don't really need to pay attention to Sentinel of Liberty. It's super expensive, 19 AP. So when I said in one of my previous videos I can't think of any powers that are more than 12, here's 19 AP, so that's like a trivia question right there. Basically, Sentinel of Liberty creates some yellow projectiles that are really strong, but for 19 yellow AP, I wouldn't focus on this ability, like, whatsoever. His, like, super awesome winning abilities are Star-Spangled Avenger, which you want to have at 5 covers, and Peacemaker, which you want to have at 5 covers. And the reason why you want to do this is Star-Spangled Avenger, while it is 11 AP as a red, with a pretty strong Super Soldier, it does a lot of damage. He's boosted in this fight, so this is kind of a little bit of an exaggeration. This 8,561, I think it's usually more along the lines of like 4,000, maybe close to 5,000. If you have him like maybe around like 266 or something. The best part is, turns into a 3-turn countdown tile that returns 10 AP, 10 red AP. So this power, if you can keep it on this power, it creates a tile that if you can keep it on the board, essentially pays for itself. You only need to get like a little bit more red AP to get the Star-Spangled Avenger ability to, you know, just be ready again. So it's awesome if you can keep it on the board. The only problem is it costs kind of a little bit to get going. 11 AP means you're going to make 3 matches or something along those lines. So the other one, Peacemaker, kind of similar, costs 12 AP. Captain America stuns a target for 2 turns, and then creates a blue 3-turn countdown tile that when it activates, or when it resolves, whatever, creates a strength, not 722 normally, he's boosted, but a pretty strong protect tile, and then also returns 10 blue AP. So this one gives you everything that you need minus 2 AP. The other thing that's really awesome about both of these powers is you can put them on any type of tile. So you can put them on countdown tiles, you can put them on enemy special tiles, whatever. So this is a way that you can blunt the attack for all of these minion type characters that predominantly throw out countdown tiles. So even if those countdown tiles end up resolving, if it's not something that does damage but throws down special tiles, you can use these powers to also just eliminate those special tiles from the board. So Super Soldier's really good against minion type characters. So, cost 12 blue, cost 11 red. That's expensive. That's why we have Mk40 in the team. So, Mk40 has this awesome ability, Recharge. So let's go over that first. So Recharge costs 6. You want to make sure he has 5 covers in Recharge. That's really the only important thing. He could have any number of covers in the other powers that he has. Not going to make a difference. You definitely want the 5 covers in Recharge. What that's going to do is it's going to create, at this level, 5 covers. 3 2-turn countdown tiles that restore 4 red, 4 blue, and 3 green AP, plus 1 purple. Yeah, 1 purple. Okay. So it's like a ton of AP. And then it's going to stun Mk40 for a couple turns. That's not super important. But for 2 yellow matches, essentially, you can get 3 countdown tiles that generate 4 red, 4 blue, 3 green. So 3 times 4 is 12 and 12. So if you can pull off Recharge, which generally happens, especially if you're fighting minion-type characters, they're not going to be able to match those tiles away. So if you can get those 2 yellow matches to start the fight, you're in a really, really good position with Mk40. So we'll take a look at his other powers. Ballistic Salvo, it's a blue, it's 16. I guess there's another one that's like higher than 12. He hits the enemy team with a moderate amount of damage and destroys 6 basic tiles, reduces teams yellow, purple, the teams, as in your teams, yellow, purple, and black by 3. So it's gonna take away your AP. That's why I never really use Ballistic Salvo. It's expensive, doesn't do a lot of damage, and also takes away your AP. Unibeam is not bad. Costs 13. Excuse me, doesn't do a ton of damage. 4,679. Powered up Super Soldier does roughly the same, so there's almost no reason to use Unibeam in this team. And then it also has that byproduct of sapping your yellow, purple, and black AP by 3. So you really don't want to use any of Mk40's powers, except for Recharge. This makes Mk40 a battery, what's called a battery, just because he's just going to generate tons and tons of AP for you. And you can keep getting yellow and keep throwing down Recharge tiles and do some really ridiculous things. So that's the main 2 components of this thing. So who would you put as the 3rd character? Well, what I would aim for is someone who could protect these guys. And what I mean by that is someone who has a higher red, blue, and yellow that would be able to be the shield or the tank for these 2 characters. Because the thing is, they'll get a little bit beat up. Like, generally Iron Man will kind of get chipped away even when he's only trying to match those 2 pairs of yellows. And if you can't do that, then Steve Rogers would be the one who's taken most of the damage. So you want to, like, kind of supplement this team with someone else who's stronger and can heal. So, of course, I like Surfer just because he covers red and blue. It still leaves Iron Man exposed, but if the only thing that Iron Man's going to do is get those yellows, and there's not a lot of strike tiles on the board, and he's not going to run into, like, an expiring countdown tile, it generally works out pretty okay. The other character who I like with this fight, if you don't have a 5-star Silver Surfer, is Rocket and Groot. And I'm talking about the 3-star one. If I can ever find him. No, he's further forward. These characters... Is he pumped up or something? He might be powered up. Yep, he's powered up for this event. There you go. Okay, so Rocket and Groot is a good pairing for this team as well, because his yellow is stronger than Iron Man's yellow, which means he's going to protect Iron Man from taking hits when you match yellow. And his blue, I think, might actually be stronger than Captain America's blue as well. Well, this is not going to be great. 125. Actually, it might. Nope. Well, you'll be protecting Mk40 from yellow at least, which is really what you want to be focusing on when you do this fight. The other good thing about Rockin' Groot is, of course, if he takes a ton of damage, all you gotta do is match some yellow, and he's gonna suck away all of the team-up tiles and heal himself, so... He's really good at keeping Mk40 and Super Soldier alive in the fight. But anyways, I'm gonna go with Silver Surfer, and let's just jump into this fight. And kind of see this strategy at work. So, again, these three are best with minion-only fights, but if you do fight against, you know, one character, then they're pretty good as well. So, right off the bat, they didn't give us a fight that has any yellow, so what we'll do is go ahead and then just try matching red and hoping to get some yellow here. Okay, let's see. Well, let's just see how this works. Alright, we got one yellow pair. Alright, let's see if they do anything. Yeah, of course, since it's a 4. Alright, well, we'll get this thing going just because Dr. Octopus is off the board. So, just for the sake of doing this, I wouldn't do this normally because, you know, you don't want to expose Super Soldier to an expiring countdown tile, but if we don't do this, we're not going to see this power probably. Okay, so now we're going to cast Recharge, and all you have to do is really just hold out until those tiles end up resolving. So our Surfer's going to take a couple hits, but we're okay. Alright, so that's 1 recharge, that's 2 recharge, that's 3 recharges. So there's a bunch of stuff going on the board right now. There's countdown tiles, there's strike tiles. But what we can do is use Super Soldier's abilities to negate a lot of this stuff. So first, I always like to check what character has what tiles, what countdown tiles going on the board. So unfortunately, one guy doesn't have all of the countdown tiles. So what we can do is we'll just stun one of the guys with Peacemaker. So I'm not going to worry about these 2 red tiles because I'm going to stun this guy. So this guy has the 2 green tiles. What I'm going to do is use Peacemaker on this 2-turn countdown tile. So that's going to have the effect of stunning this pink guy, this mutation. So he's not going to be able to execute his countdown tiles for at least 2 turns because he's stunned. And we just got rid of this mutation's countdown tile by throwing our own Peacemaker tile down it. So I'm safe for like 4 turns now. So the next most threatening thing is probably this green Appetite for Destruction tile right here. What I'm going to do is actually, since we can match it away, I'm going to use Star Spangled Avenger on this 2-turn red countdown tile for our stunned mutation. And now what I can do is just match away that green tile, and now a whole lot of all that stuff that was threatening me on the board is just gone. So we even have another Star Spangled Avenger. I could just rip that one off as well. But what I'm going to do is just match away this red. So now, all of a sudden, with this enemy team that was, you know, threatening us with a bunch of big hits that were going to be a lot harder on us because of all of these strike tiles, now they have nothing going. We're totally safe. You know, we could try to match more yellow, we could just keep gathering more blue and red, and that's pretty much how this team goes. So, the harder the enemies you fight against, you know, this team, the more you're going to want to be aware of what minion is throwing down the countdown tiles, what the countdown are, you know, if there are any attack tiles, you want to get rid of those first. Basically, do all the things that you can to use Peacemaker and Star Spangled Avenger to just eliminate the countdown tiles and attack tiles so that your team doesn't take any damage. But once you get the hang of it, you can really stretch these guys into something special and beat some really difficult, like, minion teams. I like this team a lot against the Maggia Muscle. I think the Maggia Muscle minions do a lot of damage and are a big hassle for a lot of people because they throw down a bunch of threatens. Those threatens turn into, like, these ridiculously strong strike tiles, and then they always end up having a Tommy gun on the board that ends up murdering the team. So with Mk40, Super Soldier, Rocket and Groot, or Surfer, you can use those characters to eliminate those threatened tiles, eliminate those Tommy gun tiles, eliminate the countdown tiles, eliminate the strike tiles, and it really makes the match a lot more manageable. And that's the same thing with everything. You know, Conrans, Taisatsus, all that. So, a really good team against minions. Even if they're not the strongest in levels, just the fact that the 5 covers for Star Spangled Avenger and Peacemaker will allow you to put your tiles down on enemy countdown and special tiles, and the fact that Mk40's yellow has nothing to do with his level makes it so that you can use that team, even if you're weak, against stronger teams and still get the same bonus out of it. So, anyways, hopefully that works out well for you. And since Super Soldier is at 266, we're going to go ahead and sell him. He's on vacation now. And we have another 105,000, so take it easy, Steve. Alright, hopefully that's been useful to you guys, and good luck, take care, and thanks for watching.